Right, may adlaw diha mga higala. Naanasad kami karon. Mag-discuss mi og NBA results, nya reaction, gamay nga reaction. Nasad mi kanang mga takeaways sa kanang resulta sa trade earlier or gahapon. Una sa tanan day, may hapon and shout out sa among mga kaigalaan. Shout out kang si Sir J, nga taga Talisay. Salamat sa imong serbisyo gahapon. Kabaw na kaon sa to. Unya kang Densyo Sean Dennis, taga Loriga. Shout out sa tiyang anak si Sean. O sa akong mga bagong amigo amiga sa kanang Facebook sa Team Glenmore. Totals.
Shout out to sa higala, taga Surigao, si NILO. Na siya ay YouTube channel, follow lang nato. Amo na i-flash niya iyang kwan YouTube channel, and then amo higala taga Zamboanga. Kauban pastisaw na si Louie Ramos.
Go Louie.
Kumusta? Amping dia dong. Amping dong. Para kanimo ning episode ng Lakers. Mara ta pa.
Okay, fire. So balik ta sa to ang mga topic karon. So for NBA results, ang mga duwa ganiha kay natay Wizards versus New York Knicks. So daog ang New York Knicks 106-102. Patray labaw, nagtuo jud bi ako nga kwan. Kadaog ang Wizards ani.
I think they took 17-point lead at some point.
Oh, jud.
And then back-to-back game, Benny. Na-split na hinoon sa New York, 2 games. 0 wins ang Wizards.
0, kansi.
So, good. Mayo kayo ang New York karon, improving din kayo.
Oo, nindot kayo lang coach. Saludo jud ko sa coach na ron.
Agree.
So hopefully, makasud sila sa top 6.
Okay na, bisa at least masud sila sa play-in because I think they have enough naman.
Nasa lay edge kita over the rest of the teams.
I think playoff teams sila this year.
Nindot ni. Balik na sila sa playoff contender. Unya, next game is Clippers o Spurs. So as usual, since Clippers is really working their way up sa standing, so nagkamot gani sila nga makadaog most of their kanang duwa in the second half of the season. So obviously, tagilid man ng Spurs, so dominante jud ang Clippers ani muna. Ang score medyo dako-dako gid ang labaw. Yeah, sunod kay nasa tay Lakers o Sixers. Nakita ko ni most of parts sa fourth quarter. So as expected, yes, of course, daw gid ang Sixers. Labaw sila 8, 109-101. Pero wala sad dili sa basta-basta ang pagkapili sa Lakers na ningkamot sa taon sila. Isikit jud taon ng duwa. I think kalabaw or naka-close sila to 2 or 4 point lead sa Sixers. So there was mga 10-0 run or 12-0 run. Basta nga na. So tungod sa kanang mga sipyat, mga turnover sa Lakers. So anyways, pindig sila.
Ang kanang turnover niya, labi na kung Sixers magod na sila ay proper na mga dagat, pitahay. When you have turnovers and then they have the right personnel na mo run and gun. Ayos, kaya labi na si Ben Simmons ang mag-lead sa break. Thank you. And even with the injuries on both sides, significant injuries on both sides, this is very clear na deeper good Sixers. No? Okay.
Tinood.
Okay.
Wala bigyan si Howard to like for 3 quarters, ejected mo siya.
Okay.
2 or so ejected to siya. So medyo fair ang kanang positioning, no? Pare-pareho rin sila height and skills wise, pare-pareho rin lauter rin daugon. So anyway, magito siya.
Okay, next
Para ilaag
game.
itong duwa. Next game kay Golden State o Sacramento Kings. Daog ang Sacramento, 141 ilang score. And then 119 sa Warriors. So obviously,
kita ko ano yung duwa ganina. Gamay lang. Second half, second quarter, tight game. But then take over to si Kuan, si ilang point guard, the Aaron Fox. Bisan kinsa mo of course the rookie Nico, and then Andrew Wiggins, makapuntos magyapon si Kuan, the Aaron Fox. So eventually pag end sa half, nasa lang 11-point lead. Then through third quarter and fourth quarter, 100 ka. And then ako to isa ka si Halliburton ba to? I think that's their rookie. May po nakadula. So, and then of course, wala si Draymond Green, wala si Steph, and then the trade na baya ang isa nila ka point guard. So, more or less undermanned sila Golden State kanina. But then, wala, nakainap din si Sacramento Kings pag end ng second quarter. And that's it. All throughout the game. Okay.
today, medyo tagilid sila.
Tagilid kayo.
Next. Hopefully, makabangon ni sila before. Hopefully, makabangon sila ba? Sa Lakers.
Sa West, number 10 pa sila. So, eligible pa sila for play-in. And then the next team below sila is 2 games behind pa siguro. So, we'll see how it goes.
Sikit-sikit ba yung standing sa
10-11?
Top. Sunod ra. 11, 12, 13. Ano pa ni chance?
Oo. Okay.
Sacramento, New Orleans, OKC. Alright, so moving on, the last game kay Blazers of Heat. So most of the game kay nakakita gyud si Jayson Talyo. So imong reaction?
It was a close fight towards the end of third. Even when I was monitoring the scores, up shot, 2 points, back and forth. And then fourth quarter, around 8 minutes to go, 8-point lead si Miami Heat. 3-point ni Andre Iguodala, and then 3-point ni Tyler Hero. Then they went up 8. And then, of course, Portland came back into the game. Then it went wire to wire down to the last second. And of course, game time. 3-point attempt.
Usual.
1 second left. Fouled by Trevor Ariza. So, obvious kayo, 3 points na attempt. So, then free throw. Perfect. Game over. And then no more timeout for Miami Heat at that time. They were not able to challenge the call.
1 second naman to sa.
And then I thought intentionally missed nila third throw just to be safe, but Dame made the free throw. So side out, and then sad loss.
Kung overtime ito.
But I think that would still go with Portland. Kasi undermanned man po ang Miami. Wala man si Jimmy Butler rin. And then of course, personal changes due to the trade. So, nagilid. But it was a good game. Alright.
Ito kung backcourt from kompleto man sila, pero makatabang masad good si Butler sa depensa, di ba?
Ayan, offense si Butler is sure kayo.
No?
Kung laban ng sunod na siya sa inside the perimeter area, marok tayo.
Jimmy Buckets.
So, grabe kay Juan. Upper body strength, no? Sabi na ng Juan sa buwan. Kay T-Roy. Okay.
Right, so mora to among reaction for one game for now. Right, so we are back. So karon among i-cover kay the winners. So kato mga bulahan na nakakuha og mga legitimate uh, pieces sa ilang team. Tagsa-tagsa ka mga team sa NBA. So atong sugdan kang Victor Oladipo na napunta sa Miami. So unsay may kasultian ni Tals?
Actually, si
Victor Oladipo.
Oladipo, I think since last year, right after sa iyang injury, di ba?
Injury. Oh.
Na yun na a rumor na Miami was really, really keen on getting Victor Oladipo. But I think from Indiana to Miami, siguro, medyo lisod siguro ang kanang asking price or asking player. But now, they had a chance kay na naman sa Houston. And of course, seeing Houston na nasa bottom po sa West. So I think, and then free agent man gud si Oladipo, I think by the end of the year.
Oo, sa lagi kanang wala man siya ni kanang nidawat sa extension, di ba?
Correct.
Iya man
So
decline.
so from the Houston's perspective, it's better to send off Victor Oladipo and then get something out of it, which is Kelly Olynyk and Bradley, Avery Bradley. So I mean, Avery Bradley, role player, good defensive player, but Kelly Olynyk, high potential man, and then a good role man with Miami. So I think
Both.
okay na siya sa Houston. But for going back to Victor Oladipo, I think instant offense. I think good addition. For me, it's good addition for Miami.
Sakto sad kay kanang nasa siya laing style. So shooters naman daan ng backcourt sa
Correct.
Miami. So at least kung musud siya, lahi sa mga player ng Iran, di ba?
Yes. I think more of a Kendrick Nunn an upgrade of Kendrick Nunn, one of their point guards, di ba? More or less ganon young role that can drive, can shoot, and magpagulo sa opensa. Pick your poison na naman. And yeah, that's it from my side.
Nindot ni siya. Marag.
Well, just to add, naman to, since we're talking about Miami Heat, Marcus Aldridge.
Oo,
the plan of San Antonio, I think, walang may term na nakuha with sila group. So I think they're going into the buyout option, and then I think Marcus Aldridge is keen on joining Miami Heat. So the thought of reuniting with Dame, I think, is off the hook now because Nurkic is about to come back next week. So I don't think now it's a significant role against the Blazers. So, but if sa Miami siya, since Kelly Olynyk wala, then Myers Leonard was gone. So I think it's a good pairing with Bam. So bigs wise, they're covered if LaMarcus will go to Miami.
Indot na siya eh. Disiplinado man siya kay. Indot biasa dang pagdala ka sa team ni Pop, di ba?
Yes.
So of course, he can bring it sa sayang new team. Hopefully, kung mulan siya sa Miami, so he's gonna be a good addition to the team.
He is not on a team na siya ang nagdala for LaMarcus he will be part of a system, not the first or second option. So if you look at the aging part, the decline, I don't think it's a significant thing, concern sa Miami. Role man siya. I think he will fit right in the Miami system. All right, moving on.
So next stop is Denver. So si Denver, they are really doing their best, no?
Yeah.
to kanang makakuha gitawon sila og slot sa at least semis or hopefully conference finals or maybe we never know. Kaso sila sa NBA finals. So nangkamot gid sila nga makakuha og tarong nga addition silang team, which is really very important to their pieces. So they have JaVale McGee og si Aaron Gordon. So this is also surprising for me.
Yeah. For JaVale, kind of surprised for Aaron Gordon. I think it was
So
in the
no?
it was in the pipeline already 3 days back, and
Oh
then
ba?
Denver was really the front runner. And to
Happy jud
get
ba ako sa East na siya.
oh, I think what they did was to upgrade their size. Kaya I think with the Lakers, of course, nagko kaya Lakers. And then,
Dagko mo gid sila.
pero good upgrades sa Denver. For JaVale McGee, it's more of tanam ko siya championship experience, leadership experience. So, more
Oh,
on a veteran role, but dependable din na siya.
sakto.
Quality minutes, again, we've talked about it
Oo eh.
few episodes ago, how JaVale fits in 3 minutes burst. Okay lang, di ba? Nakaka na siya impact, love, depensa, uh, rebound. So,
Sakto
okay lang.
jud. Oh, sa diyan na yung gibuhat sa Lakers
Oo,
last season.
yeah. Plug in, instant defense, offense, then gawas.
Oh, wala rin reklamo. How about Aaron Gordon, di ba? Kuan. Kami naghumot ka niya sa East, kid biya bitaw.
So, Aaron Gordon man good guy. Tama gina siya. One good potential. That's the reason why he wanted out siguro sa Orlando because
Sa Orlando.
nawala naman yung playing time and
Parang
for sure
taas-taas pa siguro yung pahuway tas tungod sa yung kuan.
injury. Yeah, I think so. But I think that's a good compliment labi na ni Jokic.
Paul Millsap ka na pagyapon.
I think in preparation na po na siguro of Millsap going out at some point sa iyang career or for continuity ba? Di ba? Kaya mo na position. And then who they gave up? Si Harris? Gary Harris? Gary Harris?
Ito, di ba si Harris kay okay naman tayo siya last season.
Oh, well, actually consistent pa na siya nga. Like backcourt ni partner ni di ba?
Murray ba?
Murray. Oh.
Ni Murray, di ba?
So, pero it's more of a plus. For me, it's an upgrade for them. I mean, they can live with letting go Harris siguro.
Okay, anyway, kanang filler siya ka games na kaduwa last season niya. Evident masad nga na sila sa sistema nga dili na gid nila kinahanglan siguro ang iyang contribution.
Or they have alternative na medyo plus minus dili kayo significant na negative effect ma-maintain na. Right, that's it.
All right. And then next is Rondo to the Clippers. Kini. Para nako.
Sige, carry on.
So Rondo coming from Hawks going to the Clippers. Ang expectation behind yun ako so kay kung ni siya Boston. Kay Boston really need this type of player jud. Kana key player, the leader on the floor. I think that's something that Boston is missing offensive wise. Kung tanaw ninyo ilang duwa, yes, nasa lang defense but when it comes to offense, maragkatag kayo. Nasa the skills but leadership kay lack. Kuwang na yun si Walker, diligid ka dictate.
Kay kuan good offensive minded magud kayo siguro scoring point guard, di ba? And I think with that, wala siya maka-complement kayo sa wings nimo nga si Jayson ato ug si
Jaylen Brown.
And I think one loss of Boston this year was Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward was somebody na pa-steady sa flow sa game. Diba?
Sakto.
Look at Gordon Hayward sa Charlotte.
Not sure na ba siya?
Look at Gordon Hayward sa Charlotte. Diba? Steady kayo. Steady kayo game. Yeah. Going back to Rondo.
Rondo.
Yeah. Si Rondo, although sayang si Lou Williams, but given the scenario nila, di ba? For the past
immediate
two
need.
seasons. this point guard. Reggie Jackson, really, I mean, point guard, but not dependable at all. With that, wala na po sila makakuha regular point guard. Point guard with a championship pedigree, with a championship experience, fresh from championship. So, and then Rondo, known as high IQ player. Diba? At a young age, with Boston surrounded by veteran player, na-excel na siya. How much more Karon?
Oh, Jud.
And
After a
LA,
decade.
Battle of LA will be good. Yeah. But at the same time also, nasayangan ko kang Trey Young, since we are talking about Toronto. Good
Ito,
good
ang kanang pag...
mentorship niya sa Atlanta.
Okay.
Diba? But look at
Tinuod.
Atlanta. Eight game winning streak since Nate McMillan took over. I think they're number 7. Asam sila karon? Atlanta. Since
Number 6.
change of coach.
500. 50%
22-20,
sila sa
22-22 siguro sila Sunday.
Oh. 22-22.
Number 6. Not bad. Diba? Yeah. So, anyway, that's it. I think, and then Lou also with the Atlanta Hawks. That's good. All right, moving on.
Moving on. I think those are the winners, Jed, for
How about Bulls?
after winning the trade
How about
deadline.
the Bulls?
Bulls sa tatanawan.
I think they got
check
for me Vujicic.
Ayusa from
Yeah.
from Magic.
Orlando.
Ito kani nindot sa ni siya kanang katimbang ni Zach LaVine.
Correct. So it's an upgrade.
Abi yung bitaw na ko nga rumors sige ni siya nga bian ni siya sa Orlando. Kaya of course kuan mao bian ni siya parang ilahang number 1 option, di ba? Sa offense.
Oh, it's like your franchise player, kumbaga, di ba? And
Okay.
then they just hit the switch and then dispatch all their assets.
Nag-overhaul na sila de. Fournier, nasa Boston.
So, they are second to the last sa East. So, might as well. And then, I mean, going back again to the Bulls. So, they have Kobe White sa point guard, then Zach. And then, of course, they added Alfaro Camino, which is part of the trade. Alfaro Camino, dependable. Kilala na ko siya. Parang siya sa Portland 2 years ago. A good player, a decent player. With defense 3 and D. But for physical karon gapok naman kampo mo hinay man. But ang paan si Buchestic man good kay ni-improve yung shooting significantly. So na siya 3 karon. Yang mid-range na game ug yang low post kay dependable. So I think that would complement Zach's game na more on outside. So East is very, very tight when it comes to upgrades and come playoff time. Yeah.
Sakto. How about this si Norman Powell going to the Portland Trail Blazers?
Sa iyang gishow sa Toronto Raptors. Step up ba siya? I think past 2 seasons. To think si Gary Trent Jr. is gone for Napoy 3 NT. I don't see much of a significant. I think I can see both players as almost the same type of player. But of course, with the exposure ni Powell sa Toronto, part na siya sa rotation guy. Gary Trent was just emerging last year. So in that sense, in that sense, with the experience for the championship sa Toronto, it's a good addition sa Portland. And to think, Rodney Hood and Gary Trent Jr.
Rodney Hood.
Napanabasaan ko na ang papa ni Gary Trent, traded on the same day, traded on the same
Incident
same
din kayo.
age. Yeah, third pick sila on their third season. No, not third pick. On their third season, the trade deadline. Basta nipit yung papawag siya. And then traded to Toronto. So many
Coincident kayo.
coincidences between the mag-ama. Ano siya?
Mo. Kuan ba gyud last kay we'll cover the surprise movements no katong wala na katong mga dungog-dungog nga wala gyud na dayon.
Ito. I was expecting Kyle Lowry to be traded and then Lonzo Ball because saba kayo ba? No? And of
Okay.
course, I think their service is much needed sa contending team.
Ilang
Because of their basketball IQ. For Lowry, of course, the championship experience. But then now the downside because 35 years old siya gahapon day. So really comes with the age and then of course, but dog kumpas mga kuan. Away-away. Yung clutch mo po, nanamong po siya mga clutch moments sa playoff. So, importante kay siya. But I think, of course, Toronto, wala si Chris na makuha na nice na deal. So, si Lonzo Ball, I don't know. I was expecting Clippers ba yan? Pero pag basa na ko nga si Rondo na asa pa, wala na. Wala. Wala. Surprise ka. Sabi na ko ma-move sila. That's it.
ito. So I think mo fit marag okay naman sa si Lonzo Ball sa Pelicans, di ba? Pila na ko nilang standing ron.
Actually, they're a good team, but ang ilalag yung record lang din. Wala nang yung translate kung sa sila kag. I think one of the disappointing team this year was Pelicans and Toronto. Again, the same two teams where they're playing. Expectation ako nila medyo taas sila this year. Right?
So mga bata mong ang Pelican Stars.
And then of course, West is very loaded. And given your game schedule also for first few games sa season, first 20 game, lisod ganit. Patay.
Na.
But I think they still have around 28 games to go, so more than enough to cover. Right?
Oo. Right, last part, buyout. Buyout market. So Andre Drummond, for me, parang duol-duol yun siya sa Lakers. Nagitaas nga chance.
Yay, Lakers.
Yes.
Lakers. Oh, siguro. Wala man na siguro sa buyout market siguro. Medyo, hindi pa may laing buyout.
Si Aldridge.
Yeah.
Pero malagpadong na naging sa Miami. So we never know. Makalit na sa Nikwa ng Miami. Ka-champion sa East.
Wala mag-isa.
Ingaw eh. Dili man kayo
wala kayo. Dili kayo, huwag ano.
Kay Kuan, mong good. Nauna na mga ni Harden. So you can evaluate si Harden. One of the biggest names.
Initial na ko nga po pag mata na ganun na is
excited kaligay ko sa pagkanan ako. So, ba't dili man kayo kung ano mga pangalan?
Ako lang Warriors. Okay na. Anyway, not interesting. Let's see. Anyway, takeaway sa trade deadline for me, ang most significant siguro or na potential na nindut to impact the LA Clippers move. And for me, that's the most important move the team has done sa trade deadline. Yeah.
Para nako sa sakto yun na.
They address what they need to. And with LA Lakers on the other side of the city, so it's a good acquisition. Kumbaga. That's it.
Yun. Orag nilang kuwang. Let's see. Kung gisay makatawag sa Battle of LA. Right, that's it for today's trade deadline coverage. Salamat. Alright, so mura to ang among na-cover for today. So we had kanang NBA results, a little reaction sa one of the games, katong trade deadline ng mga winners, o mga surprise move nga wala yun na nahitabo. So I hope nga na nalingaw mo sa among episode karon. So sa dili pa mi mukat sa among pasundayag, napagid mi pangapahabol nga shout out. Ikaw na Dals.
Okay, shout out ko kang Konsihal Vladimir Hilado Tibuli. Gaw, amping na gaw. Stay safe.
Amping gaw.
And then public
Stay
service.
safe,
Keep it up. Public service, charity, keep it up. Yeah, shout out po ko sa kuan kang nindut kani siyang bakasyonanan. Bantayan Summerhouse. Makita ninyo sa kuan sa Airbnb. Pero sa link below atong ikuan ilang FB page. So you can check it out and then see for yourself. Kay summer naman and hopefully with the quarantine. Basta stay safe, maintain lang sa kuan. The safety protocols, of course, safety and then health na the priority. But if you have a chance to visit, please visit Bantayan Summerhouse. The Santa Fe na siya. So, please. And then one more thing, Turix Litson, lamig yan eh. Kung ikuan niya ang kuan, contact the Turix Litson.
Oo, ang na i-post ang link sa ubos.
Nahala.
Lamig na siya.
Over to you, Makoy.
Mao to kanang mo-deliver dito sila.
Deliver
sila. Asa sa Sugbo.
Alright. Thank you.
Kung namoy mga celebration, contact lang mo. I-check lang ang link sa ubos. O ako po day, ako i-shout out si Cesar J. So kung namoy mga problema sa yung sakyanan, unya taga-talisay mo, labi na kung manual inyong mga sakyanan, manual transmission, na si Cesar J, makatabang yun siya. So ang link siyang page sa Facebook, kaya wala i-post rin nara sa ubos. Okay? So Cesar J, salamat kayo. Bye. Salamat.
Thank you. God bless. Stay safe.
Bye.